Let's talk about something most men miss. When a woman is truly into you, she rarely says it directly, but her body, her energy, and her little behaviors, they speak volumes. Understanding the things women do when they want, you can reveal so much more than words ever could. Because the truth is, often her actions shout louder than her lips ever will. But you have to know how to read the signs. These signs can be both subtle and clear, and in this video, we'll break down the key behaviors women tend to show when they're genuinely interested in you. From the way she interacts with you to those quiet blink-and-you-miss-it gestures she makes when you're near, these clues can give you a window straight into her heart. So stay with us till the very end, because some of the signs you're about to learn are so subtle most. Let's overlook them and end up losing a connection they never knew they had. Let's get started. Number 1. Intense eye scanning. Her eyes will give her away. You know what they say, eyes don't lie, especially when a woman is attracted to you. If she wants you physically or emotionally, her gaze will start to change. It won't just be a glance, it'll feel deeper, more focused. Just like she's trying to study you without saying a word. You might notice her eyes moving slowly from your own eyes down to your lips and even to your shoulders or chest, as if she's taking you in piece by piece. This kind of gaze isn't random. It's intentional, and it lingers. Just long enough to make you wonder, did she really just do that? Here's a moment to imagine. You're sitting across from her at dinner. You're talking casually, maybe laughing about something light-hearted. And then, mid-sentence, you catch her eyes slowly drifting down your face to your mouth, then to your collarbone and back again. She's not just listening to your words. She's absorbing your presence. She's quietly admiring the man in front of her. This is one of the earliest and most instinctive signs of attraction. The more it happens, the clearer it becomes that she's not just hearing you. She's noticing every detail about you. When a woman's eyes are scanning you this way, it's her body language's way of saying, I'm into you, and I'm trying not to show it. Too obviously. Number 2. The dew and smile. The smile that reaches her eyes. A smile can speak louder than a compliment, especially when it's real. We're talking about the dew and smile. A genuine, heartfelt smile that lights up not just her mouth, but her entire face. It's that kind of smile where her eyes sparkle, her cheeks lift naturally, and you can tell she's not smiling because she has to. She's smiling because she wants. If a woman likes you, she may flash this smile without even realizing it. And that's what makes it so powerful. Picture this. You crack a joke, maybe even one that's a little cheesy. She laughs, and her whole face glows. Her eyes crinkle at the corners. Her expression softens. She looks like she's happy just being around you. That's not just a polite reaction, that's a signal. This kind of genuine, vulnerable smile is a window into her feelings. She feels at ease, she feels connected, she feels drawn to you. If you're seeing the dew and smile regularly, especially when the two of you are alone or in quiet moments, you can be sure she's not just enjoying the conversation, she's enjoying you. Number 3. Touches her neck. Let me tell you something most men miss, not because they're blind, but because they're too focused on what she says and not enough on what she does. When a woman touches her neck or her collarbone while you're talking to her, it's not just a nervous fidget. It's one of the most subtle, primal ways her body is telling you, I feel something right now. Now you might be thinking, come on, it's just a touch. But think deeper. The neck and collarbone area is one of the most vulnerable sensual zones on the human body. And in psychology, when someone subconsciously draws attention to that area, it's not random, it's emotional, it's instinctive. And in many cases, it's deeply connected to attraction. Picture this. You're mid-conversation at a bar, nothing heavy, just laughing, vibing, keeping it light. And then suddenly, as you're speaking, she lightly touches the side of her neck, maybe plays with her necklace, maybe brushes her fingertips along her collarbone. Her voice is steady, but her body's saying something else. That movement, that's vulnerability wrapped in femininity. That's a signal. Because she's not just touching herself for no reason. She's doing it because your presence is activating something in her. This isn't about performance. It's not her trying to seduce you like a movie scene. It's real, it's unplanned, and it's exactly why it matters. See, women don't always flirt with loud words or flashy behavior. Often it's in the quiet body language, the smallest gestures, the glance, the lean in, the neck touch. And when she does that, especially without realizing it, her subconscious is saying, I feel drawn to you, and I don't mind if you notice. Now let's break this down deeper. Touching the neck is often a self-soothing gesture, especially in moments of heightened emotional energy, whether it's nervousness, excitement, or arousal. But here's what's wild, that emotional energy is almost always tied to who she's with. You. And here's the twist. Most men don't get women, often test your awareness without even knowing it. She may touch her neck mid-sentence to see if you react. Do you notice her softness? Do you stay calm and grounded? Or do you get nervous, start rambling, or stare like you've never seen a collarbone before? Stoic masculinity means you notice everything, but you don't flinch. You pick up on the signal, but you don't become needy. You recognize her body is speaking to you, but you don't rush to speak back. You hold the frame. Because what she wants deep down isn't a reaction. It's reassurance. Reassurance that the man in front of her is present, composed, and able to handle her energy without overreaching for it. She wants to be seen but not swallowed, admired but not overwhelmed. That's the line. And when you see a woman touch her neck, whether it's once or several times during a conversation, don't make a big deal about it. Don't comment. Don't stare. Just stay in your energy. Lean into the moment, not with your eyes but with your awareness. Because the truth is, when she touches her neck, what she's doing is unspoken vulnerability. She's saying, this feels good, but I'm a little off balance. And what she needs is a man who doesn't get thrown off with her. If you stay grounded, stay calm, stay quietly confident, that's what draws her deeper in. Not the compliments, not the pickup lines, but your energetic discipline. Remember, real attraction isn't built on words. It's built on presence. So next time you're talking to a woman and you catch her fingers tracing her skin, don't miss it. That's not just a random movement. That's biology, meeting psychology. And it's your moment not to act, but to notice. Because the man who notices without reacting, he's the one she keeps thinking about long after the conversation ends. Now stay with me, because what comes next might just flip your whole understanding of female attraction. Don't miss what's coming in part 4. And tell me, have you ever seen a woman do this and only now realized what it meant? Drop it in the comments below. I read every one. I've seen it. I've missed it. I'll never miss it again. Let me hear it. Number 4. Flirty body language. Her body moves before her words. You can fake words, you can fake a smile, but you can't fake instinct. And a woman's body, when she's around a man she's drawn to, moves before she even realizes it. Here's the thing most men don't get: women aren't as verbal with attraction as guys are. They don't always say, I like you. Instead, they show it. Quietly, physically, automatically. That's what flirty body language is. It's the message before the message. So, you're in a conversation. It's going well. She's laughing, nodding, listening. But what's her body doing? Is she leaning in? Is she playing with her hair? Are her knees or feet pointed toward you? Is her torso facing you, even if her words are still casual? That's not random. That's her body reacting to the energy she feels from you. Not your jokes, not your compliments, your presence. You know what's wild? Sometimes her words are totally neutral. That's interesting. What do you do? But her fingers are tracing the rim of her glass. Her breathing is a little deeper. Her weight shifts slightly closer. Her eyes stay on yours a second longer than needed. These aren't tactics. She's not trying to flirt. She's feeling something, and her body, it speaks first. That's when you have a choice. Most guys either miss the signal or blow it by reacting. They get excited, try to match her energy, escalate too fast, or worse, make it awkward by pointing it out. But the man who wins, he stays still. He notices but doesn't respond. He sees but doesn't chase. Because flirty body language isn't a green light, it's a test. It's her asking, "Can you feel this energy?" without needing to take it. When you pass that test, when you stay in your calm, grounded state, you become irresistible. Because now you're not like every other guy trying to impress her. You're present, you're composed, you're masculine in the way she craves but rarely finds. That's the game. Let me tell you this, women don't fall for the guy who reacts. They fall for the one who observes, who reads the moment without rushing into it. That's confidence, that's polarity. That's the man she wants to give more to because he doesn't ask for it. Now you might be wondering, how do you develop that kind of awareness? Truth is, it's not about lines, tricks, or posture. It's about rewiring the way you engage. And that's exactly why this channel exists. If you're tired of surface-level advice, if you're done chasing attraction and want to start commanding it, then hit that subscribe button now. And if you're serious, if you want access to deeper tools, advanced training, and a private brotherhood of men building real masculine presence, join the Stoic Brotherhood. It's not for everyone. But if this message resonates with you, it's probably for you. All right, back to it. So next time she laughs and leans in, next time she crosses and uncrosses her legs mid-conversation, next time her fingers play with her jewelry while her eyes lock with yours, don't say a word. Don't shift your weight. Just hold the moment. Let her feel the weight of your stillness, because when her body starts speaking, you win by listening, not acting. And when you can stay grounded in that storm of feminine motion, she'll move even closer without understanding why. Now, I want to know, have you ever felt a woman's body energy shift around you before the words ever came? Let me hear it in the comments. I've felt it. I've missed it. I'm watching closer now. And don't go anywhere, because in part 5 we're about to talk about what happens when she tests you and how most men fail it without even realizing. Let's make sure you don't. Number 5. Getting close. Creating comfort through proximity. Closeness isn't just about distance, it's about comfort. And here's the thing most men never realize. If a woman lets you into her space, she's letting you into her emotions. You see, we're wired to protect our personal space. It's a natural instinct. For women, even more so. Because biologically, their sense of safety is deeply connected to who they allow near their body. So when she gets closer to you, or lets you get closer to her, it's not just about logistics. It's trust, it's interest, and sometimes it's attraction she hasn't even put into words yet. Now, proximity isn't about forcing your way in, it's about how comfortable you make her feel when you're already there. You can stand 3 feet away and still feel invasive, or you can be shoulder to shoulder and make her feel completely safe. The difference, your energy. When you're grounded, calm, and centered in your masculine frame, your presence becomes something she wants to be near. Let me break this down. If you're constantly moving, fidgeting, talking too much, trying too hard, you create tension. And not the good kind. But when you stay composed, when your breathing is slow, your voice steady, your attention focused, suddenly your proximity becomes magnetic. She leans in. She lets your knee brush hers and doesn't pull away. She doesn't step back when you speak softly near her ear. She lingers in your space. And here's what matters most. You don't even need to touch her. In fact, proximity can be more powerful than touch when done right. Because what it says is this: I'm here. I'm solid. You don't have to run. That message is everything. Especially in a world where most men rush, pressure, or perform. But you give her time. You let her feel safe before she feels seen. And that's what flips the switch. Now here's something you need to understand. Proximity isn't about being close for the sake of being close. It's about creating the right moment, then letting her fill the space between you. That could be during a quiet pause in a conversation, or when you're walking side by side and your arms almost touch but don't, or when you're sitting close enough to hear each other's breath but you both stay still. It's in those moments, the silence, the space, the stillness, that something powerful happens. She starts to crave more, not because you pushed, but because you didn't. And when she realizes, she feels good around you without even knowing why, that's when she starts imagining more than just conversation. Here's the key takeaway. You don't build comfort by stepping forward. You build it by holding still. Let her step into your world. Let her enter your energy on her terms. And when she does, don't make a move. Let her sit in the warmth of it. Let her decide. That's how intimacy builds without pressure. And guess what? This is how she tests your confidence without saying a word. She gets a little closer, just to see what you'll do. Will you get nervous? Will you start talking more? Or will you stay exactly as you are, unbothered, unshaken, unneedy? That's what she's looking for. So the next time you're with a woman and you feel that moment coming, don't rush, don't lean in, don't break the silence. Let your energy do the work. Let proximity create the pull. Because when she gets close and feels safe in that space, that's not an accident. That's your power doing exactly what it's supposed to. Now I want to know, have you ever been with a woman where the space between you said more than the words? Drop it in the comments. I've felt that. I've seen her lean in. I held the frame. And don't stop now, because in part 6 we're going deeper into the moments when her words say one thing, but her eyes say something else entirely. Trust me, you won't want to miss that. Number 6. Crossing legs toward you. This one's easy to overlook, but once you understand it, you'll never miss the signal again. When a woman crosses her legs toward you, it's not just a comfortable sitting position, it's subconscious communication. And if you know how to read it, really read it, you'll see what most men don't. Let's break it down. The way someone positions their body tells you everything about how they feel around you. Closed off, they turn away. Open, they orient toward you. But when it comes to women, leg positioning speaks on a level that words can't touch. When a woman crosses her legs, especially when seated, she's making 2 decisions at once, one physical, one emotional. First, she's signaling what direction she's invested in. If her legs are crossed away from you, she's guarding herself, whether consciously or not. It's a boundary, a psychological wall. But if her top leg is angled toward you, hips, knees, and feet aligned in your direction, that's a green light. That's her body saying, "You're welcome here." And here's the wild part. This happens often before she's even fully aware she's attracted to you. Why? Because attraction shows up in body language before it hits the brain. It's limbic system first, logic second. Now let me paint the picture. You're sitting across from her, maybe in a cafe, a lounge, a quiet bar. Conversation is smooth. You're calm, grounded, not trying too hard. Then without a word, she shifts. She crosses her legs, and that top knee aims straight toward you. Her upper body might stay relaxed. She might still be sipping her drink, but her legs just made the first move. And if you're present, you'll feel it. Not just see it, feel it. Because her body just opened the door, not dramatically, not obviously, but just enough for a man who knows how to read it. Now don't mess it up. The worst thing you can do here is react. Staring, commenting, adjusting your seat to get closer. That's amateur hour. The right move, stay still, hold the frame, let the moment breathe. When she crosses her legs toward you, it's not just flirtation, it's comfort plus interest. You've made her feel relaxed enough to settle in and curious enough to angle in. But if you jump the gun, if you take it as a cue to escalate, you break the polarity. Instead, Recognize it for what it is, her body asking, "Are you the kind of man who notices without needing?" That's a test most men fail. Because here's the truth. Women fall for men who create a sense of emotional space while still commanding physical closeness. It's a paradox, and if you master it, you become unforgettable. Now, let's take it one level deeper. The direction of her legs isn't just about access, it's about intention, because legs carry energy. It's how we orient ourselves, where we aim our attention, where we unconsciously align. And when she's drawn in by your presence, not your words, not your charm, not your resume, just your stillness, her legs will speak first. You've probably seen this before but never realized it. She's chatting with a group, then suddenly crosses her legs toward you, even when someone else is talking. Or she shifts subtly again and again until her body forms a diagonal line directly in your direction. It's not strategy, it's instinct, and it means she's attuned to you, even if she's trying to hide it. So here's what to do. Acknowledge it internally, feel it, note it, but don't move toward it. Instead, become even more grounded. Let her wonder if you saw it. Let her keep adjusting, searching for more of your energy, more of your presence. Because the moment you validate her too soon, you rob her of the chase. Let her stay curious. Because remember, her body moves first. Her words catch up later. And by the time she says, "You're different," what she really means is, "You saw me without reaching for me." Now I want to know from you, have you ever noticed a woman's body shift like this before? Did it change how the conversation felt? Drop your experience in the comments. I've seen it. I've felt the shift. I'm watching closer now. And stay close, because in part 7 we'll talk about how her silence can be louder than any compliment. And trust me, you don't want to talk over that moment. Number 7. Slightly parted lips, the silent flirtation. There's a moment so small you almost miss it. She's not talking, she's not smiling, but her lips, they part, just a little. And it's not about breath, it's about attention. This right here, this is the quietest form of flirtation. No words, no movement, just a signal that says more than a full conversation ever could. Now let's get one thing straight. Most men notice when a woman laughs, when she compliments them, when she texts back quickly. But very few ever learn to read the tiny involuntary cues that reveal what she's actually feeling. And this slightly parted lips, it's a dead giveaway. Why? Because she doesn't decide to do it. It happens when her guard drops, when she's in the presence of something, someone who pulls her in without forcing the attraction. Think about it. When we're relaxed, when we're curious, when something feels intimate but undefined, our lips soften, they open slightly. It's not a pose, it's vulnerability. She's not trying to seduce. She's not trying at all. Her body is just responding. And when it happens around you, that's not random. She's present, tuned in, not filtering or controlling the vibe, which means something in your energy made her let go. This is why masculine stillness is so important. Because when you're the calm in the storm, when you're not over-talking, not overreacting, not chasing, she stops trying to figure out what's next. She starts feeling it. And when she feels it, the body speaks. Softened eyes, steadier breath. And yes, those lips gently parted, like her attention is leaning in before her words do. It's instinctual. It's ancient. And if you're attuned to it, you'll know exactly when to hold the space and when to let the silence work for you. Most guys screw this up. They see the moment, they get excited, they rush into it with a joke or a line or a lean-in that kills the tension. But not you. You're watching this because you understand something deeper. Attraction builds in stillness. So what should you do in that moment? Absolutely nothing. Let it hang. Let her feel that the silence is safe, that your attention is strong enough to hold her without pressure. Because when a woman slightly parts her lips and you don't react, she feels it deeply. It tells her, this man sees but he doesn't reach. This man notices but he's not needy. This man, he's dangerous in all the right ways. Now here's the psychological side of it. Parted lips are linked to what psychologists call preparatory behavior. It's a subtle biological cue that someone is open to intimacy, to engagement, even touch. It's not a guarantee, but it's a spark, and sparks need space to breathe, so give it that space. And if you're in conversation and you see her lips part even for a second, keep your voice slow, keep your eyes steady. Let her feel the gravity of the moment. That's how attraction becomes unforgettable, not through what you say, but through how you sit in the quiet. You ever notice how the most seductive scenes in movies are the ones where no one's talking, just breathing, watching, waiting? There's a reason for that, because desire lives in the pause, and when her lips part in front of you, she's not waiting for you to act. She's waiting to feel, if you're the kind of man who can wait. So I want to ask you something. Have you ever caught that look, that breath, that moment when she didn't say a word, but everything shifted? Let me hear it. I've seen it. I've rushed it. I'll hold the moment next time. And pay attention, because in the next part we're going even deeper. There's a way women test connection without speaking at all. It's subtle. It's powerful. And if you don't see it coming, you'll never understand what she really wants. Let's make sure you do. Number 8. Mimicking behavior. This one flies under the radar, but when you notice it, it's one of the clearest signs she's drawn to you. It's called mirroring or mimicry, and it's not conscious. She's not copying you on purpose. She's syncing with you without even realizing it. Why does that matter? Because in human psychology, mimicking behavior is one of the strongest non-verbal indicators of trust, comfort, and attraction. Let's say you lean back in your chair, and a few seconds later she does the same. You rub your hands together, and she reaches for her drink. You lower your voice, and hers naturally softens. That's not coincidence. That's chemistry speaking before the mind catches up. Women mirror men they feel emotionally safe around. But more than that, they mirror men whose presence they want more of. It's her subconscious trying to stay close, stay connected, stay in rhythm. This is biology, hardwired into all of us. We mimic what we admire. We match what we want to stay near. And when it's happening with a woman you're talking to, it's not just friendly, it's intimate. Now here's the key. You have to notice without reacting. Because once you try to use it, it's no longer real. It becomes manipulation, and women feel that. The real power is in reading it, not forcing it. So how do you spot it? Start by slowing down. If you're rushing the conversation, performing, trying to be interesting, you'll miss it. But if you're grounded, calm, and locked into the moment, you'll start to notice the details. Watch her hands, her posture, her breathing. If she starts echoing your tempo, your tone, or your expressions, she's not doing it for fun. She's bonding. But there's another layer to this. Sometimes the mimicking isn't physical, it's emotional. You open up a little, and she follows. You share a quick laugh, and she mirrors that tone. You slow down the conversation, and she relaxes into it too. That's emotional mimicry. That's powerful. It means she's not just paying attention, she's entering your frame. And here's why that matters. Most men are chasing her frame. They're reacting to her pace, her vibe, her validation. But when you're the one setting the tempo and she starts syncing with you, that's attraction flipped on its head. She's not leading anymore. She's following willingly. Because here's the truth. Women don't fall for men they lead. They fall for men they can relax into. And mirroring, that's her relaxing. It's her nervous system saying, I like this. Keep going. So when you notice it, don't overthink it. Don't try to escalate. Just keep doing what's working, staying present, composed and real. Let her stay in that rhythm. And if you want to play with the energy a bit, change something slightly. Shift your position. Pause longer. Lower your voice. If she adjusts with you, that's the signal she's still tuned in. She's not just listening, she's with you. You've turned conversation into connection. Now let me hit you with a reminder. Most guys forget. Attraction is more felt than spoken, and this subtle mirroring is one of the clearest feelings in the room. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, but it's real. And real beats rehearsed every time. So think back, have you ever had a moment when a woman seemed to fall into sync with you without saying anything, where your energy shaped hers without you needing to push? Let's talk in the comments. I've seen this. I've felt her match me. I'll stay in rhythm next time. And don't go anywhere, because in the next part we're diving into one of the most seductive patterns of all, what it means when she plays with her hair, and why it's never really just about the hair. Let's get into it. Number 9. Mimicking behavior continued, and why it builds intimacy. So, let's take it deeper. We already talked about mirroring, when a woman subconsciously mimics your movements, your posture, your energy. But what most men never realize is how this subtle behavior doesn't just show interest, it builds intimacy, and not the fake fast kind, the kind that lingers, that draws her back in without her understanding why. See, when a woman mirrors you, she's not just copying, she's calibrating, she's aligning her nervous system with yours. And in that alignment, something powerful happens. She begins to feel close to you, even if nothing physical has happened yet. That closeness, that's the foundation of emotional intimacy. Let's talk about the psychology behind it. Human beings are wired to bond through similarity. When we see someone act like us, move like us, reflect us, we feel seen, we feel safe. It's called social resonance. And it's how we build trust without needing deep conversation. Now, in the context of male-female attraction, this gets more interesting, because women don't open up to men who chase. They open up to men they can attune to. And mirroring, when it happens, naturally feels like attunement. It tells her, we're on the same frequency, even if you just met. That's why the men who carry calm, grounded energy tend to attract more attention over time, not because they're flashy, but because their stillness gives women something stable to mirror. And when she starts matching your tone, your pace, your presence, you're no longer a stranger, you're familiar, you're safe, you're felt. But here's where most guys miss the mark. They think attraction is about impressing, being exciting, loud, always doing something new. But intimacy isn't built in noise, it's built in rhythm. So let me give you a practical example. Let's say you're on a date. You speak slowly. You pause often. You're intentional. A few minutes in, she stops rushing her words. She takes longer breaths. Her voice softens. That's not just comfort, that's bonding. She's aligning. And the more you stay grounded in that space, the more intimacy starts to grow organically. No big gestures, no performance, just presence. Because intimacy isn't created by trying to be close. It's created when both people feel safe enough to let closeness happen. And mimicking behavior done unconsciously proves she's already letting that happen. Let's take it further. You're walking side by side. You notice she's taking shorter steps to stay in pace with you. Or she tilts her head the same way you do when you laugh, or folds her arms after you do. Again, it's not conscious, but it's a soft echo. And here's the stoic twist to all of this. You don't chase that echo. You don't get excited. You don't try to mirror her back. You lead. You observe. And you let her feel the closeness without pushing it. Because when a man doesn't need to force intimacy, he becomes the safest place for it to exist. And women crave that. In a world of men who move fast, who talk over silences, who try to escalate before connection even begins, you become the quiet answer. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed someone mirror you subtly, quietly, without words? Did it change how you saw the moment? Drop it below. I've seen this and never realized it. I felt her echo me. This changes how I lead the moment. And hold up. In the next part, we're ending strong, because when she plays with her hair around you, there's a deeper reason behind it. And it's not what you think. Stay tuned. Number 10. When she plays with her hair, it's not about the hair. Alright, let's wrap this with one of the most misunderstood signs in female psychology. You've seen it. You're talking to her, and suddenly she starts twirling a strand of hair, or brushing it behind her ear, or pulling it to the side as she speaks. And here's the thing, it's never just about the hair. This is where female body language goes from casual to instinctual. Because when a woman plays with her hair in front of a man, it's a complex mix of subconscious cues, everything from self-soothing to subtle seduction. Let's break that down. First, the nervous system side. When someone's feeling slightly anxious but in a good way, like nervous excitement, they engage in something called self-touch. It's calming, it's grounding. It's the body's way of releasing tension without making a scene. So when she tucks her hair, twists it, or lightly strokes it, she's soothing herself in a moment of alertness. And if that moment is happening with you, you are the source of that alertness. Now, don't confuse this with discomfort. If she were anxious in a bad way, like wanting to leave, the cues would be different. Crossed arms, leaning away, quick movements. But if she's facing you, smiling, holding eye contact, and she starts playing with her hair, you've got her attention. And maybe more than that, her curiosity. But that's just layer one. Let's talk about the sexual psychology beneath it. Hair is a powerful feminine signal. Biologically, it's linked to youth, health, and vitality. Culturally, it's a tool of allure, soft, movable, visible. So when a woman touches her hair around you, she's drawing attention to it on purpose or not. And if you're centered watching closely, you'll notice when it shifts from casual to flirtatious. Like this, if she twirls it slowly while looking at you, pauses, then twirls again. That's not nerves, that's a rhythm. She's sending signals in silence, and again, she's not trying to manipulate. She may not even realize she's doing it, but her body is speaking. It's saying, I'm relaxed enough to focus on how I feel. I'm enjoying this moment. I'm tuned into this interaction. And sometimes it's saying, I want you to notice me without me saying a word. Now here's the key move. Don't react. Don't joke about it. Don't stare at her hand. Don't call it out like a boy in high school. Just notice. Let her have that space to express without being exposed. Because that's what sets you apart from 90% of guys. Most men jump on those moments. They try to escalate. They comment. They make it awkward. But the grounded man, the stoic man, lets her body talk and responds with energy, not words. You mirror the calm, you stay composed, and you give her what she doesn't even know she's asking for. Safety, tension, space to open. That's what turns a woman on more than any pickup line. The feeling of being seen and respected. Now, here's where this becomes intimate. If she keeps doing it throughout the interaction, even after a pause in conversation, she's not done. She's lingering. Her body wants to stay in connection. And if you hold your masculine presence, steady breath, quiet confidence, undivided attention, you amplify that tension. You don't force it. You let it build. Because remember, it's not about the hair. It's about what the hair is doing in your presence. It's about how her energy shifts when she feels you don't need to chase, don't need to talk, don't need to perform. You just are. And that stillness is louder than anything else in the room. So ask yourself, have you ever caught her doing that and you knew deep down she was into you but didn't know why? Tell me below. I've seen this before. I'll never ignore this again. She was signaling, I just didn't catch it. Now here's the truth. These signs, they're everywhere, but you only start seeing them when you slow down, when you stop chasing approval and start holding presence. That's what stoic attraction is all about. And if this whole video hit home for you, don't just watch and scroll. subscribe. And if you're ready to join a real tribe of men who are walking this path with intention, join the Stoic Brotherhood. We don't chase women, we master ourselves, and we let the rest follow. See you tomorrow.